everyone, welcome back to the channel. Starting out today doing some side dressing on some corn. So we are out actually right now. Shut that down and go to the end and get out of here. But we just put on our first load of nitrogen. We've got a blend 27002, so we've got some sulfur in here with it. So that's what we're doing. We're going to start out today doing this, and then we're going to shift gears and go try to plant some more corn. We got that little bit of a rain shower yesterday. We weren't expecting, so that kind of shut us down a little early. So we're going to go try to make that up today and keep going. We've got rain that's supposed to be coming in tomorrow, so we got to plant as much as we can before it rains. Okay, I went ahead and reloaded, so we've got another full tank. I've got about 450 gallon left of it. So I finally got all the inrows on and just going back and forth now. So just got to follow the rows. I don't have my SF3 and I don't have the Gen 5 setup in here yet because I've still got that in the corn planter till we get done with the planting. So we gotta kind of just go with what we got now. So I've got the just SF1 set up here, but since we were planted with SF3, it's the rows are, you know, generally pretty straight, so it doesn't work too bad. But I just set a line and it's kind of close. It kind of guides me to which row I need, and then I just steer it for now. But once we get the other monitor in here, we'll be able to use auto path, and it'll basically steer us down the rows wherever we want to go at. So we'll just have to wait until we get done planting to use that. So Dad called me, he said that we should be good to go ahead and plant. So I'm just gonna get this tank ran out, which won't take us very long, and then we'll head down south and try to plant some more. Okay, we got that tank ran out, so we're gonna head back over, put this in the shed, and then we'll head down, start planting. Hey guys, we are filling up with fuel right now, filling my planting tractor up with fuel, and then we're going to go plant. I think it's like right at 70 something acres. We're getting down to the last couple acres in fields, I should say. But yeah, filling up with fuel. I spread some 9-23-30 fertilizer this morning, waiting for it to dry out a little bit, and I got most of that trailer load spread. And Brad is actually no, he just went around the house. He's planting corn right here next to the barn. So my field usually lays a little more wet, so hopefully I can plant this. It's May like 26th or 5th today. I think it's the 6th. Don't quote me on that. But it's supposed to rain tomorrow. That's what the 3 of my weather apps say, so I don't know, it might actually be right this time. We'll see. But yeah, we'll head down here and see how it goes. Okay, we've made it to the corn planter, and it looks like Cody is going to head out with the bean planter. So I think he's got about a 70 or 80 acre field he's gonna go plant. All right, we're heading to the field. Brad wanted to race. Yeah, he just got smoked. Yeah, he's planting. I'm heading off to plant. It's Memorial Day, and he doesn't even have an American flag, so, I mean, it's terrible. I'm heading off. Brad's back there. Hopefully I can get finished up. Maybe today, or I don't know, depends on how I'm feeling tonight. Alright guys, so I got all the inrows done, and Dad just came with the seed tender.
Whoa. Looks like he tried to make an attempt to hit me. He's not quick enough. But I got the inroads done in like 2 passes on the A plus the B line. So we got just enough. It's gonna be really close if I have enough to get this done or not. So we shall see. Hopefully I do. But yeah. Yeah, we should have enough, I hope. I don't know. Back at it at least. But yeah. Goodness, he got me out of breath. Trying to hit me with the seed tender. How dare him do that to the bean planter. Well, it's been a while since I've caught up with you guys, but I ended up having a electric motor go out on my row unit. So this motor right here, there's a speed sensor in there which tells the motor how fast it needs to turn whenever we change speeds, change populations, you know, how much seed it needs to run out. But anyway, so one of the speed sensors went out, and so I needed a new motor. So luckily a neighbor who has the same setup had one down here, and then also got one from the dealership. So we got that fixed. Just put me down for about a half hour to an hour. So kind of a little bit behind where I'd like to be. Probably could have started a little earlier today. I didn't know really how wet it was going to be after the rain yesterday, and you know already how wet it was, but it's not working too bad today now. So we got 40 acres done here at the next field. We got to go across the ditch and do the other like 15. So we're going to do that and then make a plan of where we're going to go next here. Okay, it's about 1:45 and we're almost finished with this next field that we moved to. So this is actually a 120 acre farm altogether, but we moved to the back part of it where we got what's going to be about 45 acres. So I've got 44 acres now. I'm just going to go down and back one more time, and we're going to have it knocked out. So it's spitting rain every now and then. From what the radar shows, it's really not anything but just drizzle. So we've been kind of dodging that a little bit. I don't know what the rain chance is actually going to turn into. I don't know if this is the rain that was supposed to be coming or what, but if we'll get more. But I'm going to finish this and then go put this away and then kind of see what it does overnight. If it doesn't rain any significant amount, then we'll be back at it. If it does, we'll take a break and hope it doesn't rain too much that it's going to keep us out for multiple days, because today's the, well, I guess it's actually the 27th now of May, and so we're kind of getting close to that June. We really need to get our crops in by June, and so it's what it's kind of like our goal. So usually we try to do that, but the past couple of years have been kind of a struggle for getting that in. So that's kind of the goal, but we'll see what this rain does, and we'll go from there. We got the tractor pulled in the shed. We're gonna head home. It's already 2:15. We've had kind of a hectic day. We had a little bit of rain overnight, not very much, like a tenth or two in maybe some places, but we haven't had any sun today. It's about 4 o'clock, so been doing seed stuff today, trying to figure out what all my customers are gonna need, if they need any more, because we're sending a truck up tomorrow to pick up some more at Beck. So got that all figured out. Delivering a little bit of seed right now, and then kind of checking fields. So I ran the Salford on this field here. Colton ran this one yesterday or the day before and opened it up, but it hasn't really had a lot of time to air out with some wind and sun, so it needs a little bit more time. Probably gonna need tomorrow to dry out. So I'm gonna be heading a little bit farther south, so we'll see
kind of what it looks like down there, if we got anything that would plant. All right, so I worked up a little bit, but it's really not doing that great. It's kind of just a touch wet. On the higher ground here in this field, it's actually doing pretty decent, but there's some lower areas that are not going to work. So we definitely need some more drying time. Okay, it's Wednesday. We're back side dressing again. We got rain last night again that we didn't know we were going to be getting. Not very much, but enough to mess it up for planting. So the sun's not coming out, nothing, so I doubt that we're gonna be able to plant today. We're moving along here. So we got a 115 acre field. We got that one done. We moved over, did like 25 acres in a smaller field, and then came over here to this 45 acre field, and so we're just about finished up with it. We just got a little bit more here, a couple passes here, so we're gonna get this done, and then I think we're gonna go back and try to chop some more wheat silage. Okay, we got that one finished up. We're gonna head back and hopefully get some chopping done. Okay, we're going now. We got 2 laps around the field already, so we got 5 loads. This will be number 6, and they've been pretty big loads. So I don't think we'll get the bag done tonight, but we'll get a good start on it. Looks like we're probably going to be able to plant tomorrow, so we'll just have to see how we get along here tonight. Might have to let the bagger sit for a couple days or something. Alright, still rolling here in the dark. There's the mower. And we got Trevor pulling right here beside us now. The merger, that's the lights on the merger there. So he's coming through and merging 3 windrows from the mower together and making it into this large row that we can go through at about 4 or 5 miles an hour. If we run one of those single rows, we have to run like 6, 7, 8 miles an hour. So that's why we put those together. He's full. But we put those together, that way we don't have to run so fast, and then we don't have to go back and forth at the chopper as many times. So used to with our old 7300 chopper, we would always just put 2 together, because that's basically all it would handle. With this big chopper, it takes 3 pretty easily. It could take 4 if you could possibly do that, but not with our merger. You can't do that. So anyways, we're gonna keep rolling here. I don't know how long they're gonna want to go. It's about 9:45 right now, so we'll see how long everybody wants to go here. And I don't know what our progress is on the bag or anything, but we're probably getting close to that halfway mark. We got our seed loaded. We are loading our fertilizer and we're gonna head to the field. So we've got a couple fields I'm wanting to plant today. We'll see how long. There's supposed to be rain coming this evening, so see how long we last, how many wet spots we get into. At this point, it really doesn't matter. We're gonna plant through what we can and leave the rest. So it is May 29th. So really gonna push it today. Okay, well, it's working pretty good, really. So we got about 27 acres done so far. This is about 45 altogether here, but it's in like 4 different fields here. So we got the smaller side done. We're in the bigger side now. So got the inrows on almost. Just got put a little inrow on. There's a big drainage ditch that comes down about halfway through this one. On the other side of that hill right there where it dips down, we never have standing water there, hardly, maybe in the wintertime a little bit, but that is completely filled up with water, so I had to plant around that. Never had to do that before. Something has happened over on the other side of the property. That tree line there is the property line, and I don't know if something has plugged up the sinkhole that's over there or what's going on, but something's gonna have to happen there because that water has been ponded there for a long time now this year. So anyways, we got to put this little inrow on here and then we're going to be going back and forth. So today's plan is Cody is going to be here. He's going to plant beans over a little bit east of here, but he's going to bring me the fertilizer tender. He's going to stop here, fill me up with a few hundred gallons so I can finish this field, because I brought enough down. I brought like 550 gallon on here. I don't like hauling very much more than that, road transport. So I did that. That's enough to do 36 acres, 45 here. So he's gonna drop me enough, and then he's gonna trade out, get the spray trailer, bring it back up to the main big shed there, because that's kind of where we're working out of right now down south here. So he's gonna do that, keep me going, because I've got more acres to cover than he does. And he's gonna go plant a 150 acre field today with beans. So he's gonna try to do that. After that, that leaves him with the 80 acres down in the river bottom that flooded, you know, with like 40 feet of water on top of it this winter. And so he's got to do that yet, but we really need to maybe work that up somehow to work in some of that silt that got deposited down there. So we got to do that yet. And then after that, he's basically clear with the big planter, because we've got the rest of the beans are after the wheat, after we chop off the wheat crop. So he's probably going to be good with the big planter unless we decide to switch some corn over to beans down here. If I don't get some of this wetter ground planted, we may end up switching, but that's something we're gonna have to evaluate after today and see how much rain we get. That's just a decision we'll have to make. So we're gonna try to get as much done today as we can with both of them, and then we'll kind of evaluate where we're at. Well, we made it over here to the next field and we're rolling back and forth. So this is about 50 acres here. So I got the drone up and flew that, so we'll go ahead and roll that footage. are still rolling. We are getting a little bit wet, but the ground is still dry, and we're still throwing up dry dirt onto our gauge wheels, so everything should be okay there. The wheat here, the cover crop, is getting to be a little bit wet, but I don't think it's really gonna hurt us any. So I got the other 40-acre field that we went to, I got that done, and now we're in another, this is actually a 50 acres altogether, but it's in 3 fields here, so this is an 18-acre part of it. So I'm gonna try to get this one knocked out tonight, because it's gonna start raining enough here. I think it's gonna shut me down, but I'm just hoping I can get this little 18 acres done. Okay, well, we got the field done. It was a little bit muddy, but most of that stuff came whenever I went off down the road. What had stuck to the tires, like I said, all the plant material was wet, but the ground was actually dry. So we got it in the barn here, so we're gonna call it a night. So I'm having trouble now with my planter folding. It's not wanting to fold all the way. It'll come like halfway and then it'll quit. Then if I back it off and then go back again, I can finally get it folded, but I don't know what's going on. So we're gonna have to look into that while we're on this rain delay here. So we'll do that sometime. I don't know what it could be. I'm thinking maybe it's some kind of a wire or something that's broke, or it's kind of rubbed through or something. So we'll have to look into that, but I'm gonna head on home. It's about 10:30 now, so we'll see how much rain we get tonight. All right, well, we've had a little bit of rain, about 2 inches of rain over the end of the week there, and it's Sunday now. We are mowing some hay down, so we've got it looks like a little bit of a window here where we're going to be able to make some hay and do some silage chopping and everything. So I'm gonna mow. I've got a few rounds around these fields out here, and I'm gonna try to do a few more, and then we're gonna let this dry and bale this for dry hay around the edges, and then we're going to come back and mow the center of both of these fields and bale them green and have some silage bales. So we're going to try that. We've never done that before ourselves, but we have a lot of neighbors and stuff that do it, and we have the right equipment to do it. So we're going to look into doing that here sometime. So we're going to do a couple more rounds, and then I think we're going to go try to finish our silage bag. It's finally dried out enough where we can get back into the field a little bit and do that kind of stuff. So we're going to try to finish that silage bag that we started the other day. We've probably only got about 10 loads that we need to put in it. So we're going to do that here next. Okay, it's a rare occasion where I can video from outside of the chopper. Dad wanted to get started and get a load while I was on my way back, so he's doing that. Okay, we are chopping now, so we're actually going to be pretty close to being done here soon. So we got a little bit more mowed down than we needed, but it'll be okay. We're going to get that bag finished up.